Good evening, Niner fans. The 49ers got done with the preseason game, and we're going to talk all about it. Good evening, Niner fans. The 49ers get the dub in a preseason game against the New Orleans Saints at Levi Stadium today. I was there. It was fun. It was the first home game of the season, really. I mean, preseason, but it's first home game. Levi Stadium opened its doors again. New food out there today. But hey, anyways, it's not the point. The 49ers won. Brock Purdy started. I feel like they baited us. They told us the starters were going to play, and they didn't. There's a few injuries. We'll talk about those. But there was no starters tonight other than Brock Purdy, and he was running for his life. That offensive line was not looking too hot. Trent Williams needs to get paid like right now. There's no Debo, no Kittle, no Jauan Jennings, no BA, no CMC. So, yeah, you take that with a grain of salt. The Brock Purdy game, he didn't look too hot. But, again, he's running for his life. Just throwing it up for prayers. But he will play Friday, according to Kyle Shanahan. Speaking of injuries, Jauan Jennings was dealing with an oblique injury. That's why he didn't suit up tonight. Kyle Shanahan said he would have suited up, but he has an oblique injury. But he says it's not serious. It should be something where he can be ready when season starts, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Another guy that was hurt was D. Winters, linebacker, who was really impressive last week. He bruised his knee in practice, so he didn't play. So that's unfortunate. We got a little bit of, little minor injuries here, but they've been adding up. Injuries are adding up, whether it's minor or not. So, but it was a nice game overall because the 49ers got the dub. And the reason we won, the 49ers defense played really good. They had some really good youngsters stepping up. Tatum Bethune. Who else played good? The Jalen Graham had a sack today. The Niners know how to develop linebackers. Like let's just say that they know how to play great. Darrell Luter Jr. had that game-ending pass breakup. He was good. He had a big hit before that on that same drive. I like what I said at Darrell Luter Jr. He was good. He was good. Sam Womack made some big plays. Jair Brown made a big play. I feel like the defense was kind of ahead of the offense, which we saw in training camp. And then the star of the game tonight was Josh Dobbs. Let's give it up. The Pastronaut right now is QB2. I'm telling you right now. I was on the fence. I was like, I don't know. Brandon Allen's got ahead of him. Josh Dobbs, he's QB2 after tonight, man. And they gave him the longer drives. Last week they gave Brandon Allen the longer drives, right, in the preseason game. Josh Dobbs, man, the dot to Cowing. Come on, man. Jacob Cowing, by the way. I like what I saw out of him. Jacob Cowing was nice. He had like the little reverse play, end around reverse play. He had a couple of big passes thrown to him. The dot, though, that Josh Dobbs threw right corner, and that play was, God, that was just money. That was a great play. Great catch by Jacob Cowing. Great throw by Josh Dobbs. Overall, that was a play. And there was another play on that same drive, 3 plays in a row. And I had my camera. I was like, I see it. I felt it. Josh was feeling it. Like the scramble play. He scrambled like 70 yards to go 11. First down. That was a beautiful scramble. And then the dot to Cowing. I was like, oh, my God. And then they're in the red zone, and he just takes it, and he dives for the touchdown. He kind of fooled me on the camera because he, handoff, option, keeper. And then I'm like, oh, shit, I'm panning the camera. I'm like, oh, he's going to run it in. And he dives in, and I was like, Josh Dobbs, the Pastronaut, man. Great game for him. Great game for the Pastronaut. I love what I saw. Man. Brandon Allen, probably QB3. Let me see. What else? You know who else was good? Renardo Green. Had clamp money play. I mean, there was a few plays he got beat on, but overall, Renardo Green looks like a dog, man. I really like what I see out of Renardo Green. Another guy that is a very good young secondary player. The Niners they had a good draft this season. I really feel they have a really good draft so far. Right, we can't sit there and say they're all great. It's 2 games, but so far they look good. They look good. I'm trying to look at some more stats here. Cody Schrader didn't have a lot of stats, but he played well when they gave him the opportunities. They kept trying to pepper him for a touchdown. Just didn't happen. Yeah, Jacob Cowing was so good tonight. Matt Breida got a few big runs today. That was nice to see. Trent Taylor, man, a lot of bad plays from Trent Taylor. His stock went down. Today, Trent Taylor's stock went down. Jacob Cowing's stock went up. Tight ends, nobody can. The tight ends are still not separating themselves from the pack. Tatum Bethune was nice. Jalen Graham was nice. Malak Mustafa, guy's a hitter. Tatum Bethune, though, had 9 tackles today. He was all over the place. Curtis Robinson, I like what I saw to him. He played really good tonight. So, yeah, the defense looked good. Darrell Luter, like I said, made some big plays at the end. Let me tell you about this guy, the punter. Let me tell you about the punter. I think we might have a punter controversy. I'm going to tell you this right now. Presley Harvin III. Presley Harvin III, the punter. I was trying to look for his name because I couldn't remember. I knew it was Harvin. Presley Harvin. Let me tell you this. This man, he might mess around and take Mitch Wishnowsky's job. And I love Mitch Wishnowsky. He's a great punter, the punter from down under. But you're paying a punter a lot of money. Presley Harvin might be able to save you a couple of million here. And then you can use that for Brandon Ayuk contribute. That's all I'm going to say. And I love Mitch Wishnowsky. And I know he was a 3rd-round pick or a 4th-round pick, whatever he was. He was a 4th-round pick. Presley Harvin, low-key. I don't want to create a controversy, but the guy his punts were fantastic, bro. This guy's special team, ace. He is so good. He's so good. I was like, whoa, 4th rounder. Yeah, Mitch Wishnowsky, 4th rounder. Harvin was nice, dude. I like it. He's nice. Jake Moody, he missed a field goal. We almost could have lost that game because Jake Moody field goal. He's still up and down. He made some nice kicks, but he missed one, and the crowd was like, oh, you should have seen when everybody looked at each other like, Jake Moody can't be missing. It's preseason, though. Yeah, Jalen Graham, very good. Thumbs up. I like what I saw, Jalen Graham. Good stuff. One game for Harvin. Did you see him last week? It wasn't bad last week. I'm going to say, Mitch Wishnowsky, you can take time. This is all I'm going to say. Mitch Wishnowsky can take his time healing from that injury. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. Take your time, Mitch. Take your time, Mitch. And I love Mitch Wishnowsky, but Harvin low-key was nice. Yeah, it was wide right. Bro, that field goal, Dicey, the field goal from Jake Moody was wide, like 15 yards wide right. It was crazy. Like, I have the video. I'm tracking it, and I'm like, yeah, we're going to save this in the vault. I mean, because I was like, oh, I got to get a kick highlight here. Maybe I could post on the gram. It ain't going up. He missed it wide right, like 15 yards, bro. My man, 49ers throwback. Appreciate you. Yeah, I had a great time. It was fun. Levi's is always a good place to be. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. But overall, good game. Again, there were a few injuries that we got to talk about. Juwan Jennings' oblique injury, but Shanahan didn't make it sound like it's too crazy. He did say that D. Winters bruised his knee. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy. These injuries are piling up, whether they're big injuries or not. Niners got a lot of banged up players, but they got one more game on preseason on Friday. Get out of there alive, get out of there healthy, and then you got 2 weeks. They got those 2 weeks, the 49ers, and they got to rest up. They got to heal up because we're banged up. Whew. Yeah, my man Throwback says, your guy, Jacob Cowing, went off, media. Jacob Cowing was nice tonight. I mean, I wish he would have got a tutty. They should have try to get him a tutty, but hey, it is what it is. You take what you can get in preseason. He was making some nice plays. Again, that pass. Woo. Woo. My man Sharia Asati says, Brock was playing with an offensive line comprised of me and you out there. So real for that. You're so real for that because that O-line was so bad. I tweeted out tonight, pay Trent Williams. Simple as that. And that thing blew up because everybody was basically like, yeah, dude, pay that man. And I think he will get paid, but, like, I think tonight really underscored, it really highlighted the importance of Trent Williams. Like, you need to pay Trent Williams. It's crazy because they did pay him a couple years ago, and I know everybody understands that, but he wants guaranteed money. Like, this guy wants his money. He's watching the 49ers. He's laughing. He's probably belly laughing, going, you're going to go throw Jalen Moore out there? Guy got cookwalked today. And then you got Colton McKivitz. He looked bad today. Trent Williams was laughing tonight. He was laughing tonight. Wow. It was bad. Shade says Jalen Moore gave up 8 pressures in the first half. That's crazy work. 8 pressures in the first half? Come on, bro. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. My man Media said Jalen Moore has looked better in practice. We talking about practice, not the game. We talk about practice, Media. He needs to play good in the game. You need to look good in the game. Jalen Moore, sheesh. Colton McKivitz still my starting right tackle. I mean, he's better than all the other right tackles on this team. He's not horrible, but he's not like elite. He's a little bit better than average. Dre says, or Dice says, they had me worried for Purdy's life. I swear, dude, I was stressed every time Brock dropped back. I was like, oh. There was one play, I think it was a third down play. This man scrambled so far to the side, and I'm like, oh, God. And then he just, like, throws it up. Prayer almost gets picked. But I'm just like, it was Chase Young. Chase Young just ran around and chased him, like, down to the side. And then Brock just tries to throw it because he didn't want to get crushed. They were coming down and hitting him hard, man. Brock, I felt bad for him. He was running for his life. They got to make sure his offensive line is healthy. Well, not just for Brock, but for the offensive line to help the run game, you know? So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Chase Young was playing for blood today. He tried his hardest. Where was this Chase Young? Where was this Chase Young when he was with the Niners? That's all I'm going to say. He was low-key feasting today. It was revenge season for Chase Young. Honestly, I felt like Chase Young heard all the noise off-season. Last season, he got all the shit talk. I'm sure he's on social media seeing all the stuff people said about him, and he was like, oh, you want to see effort? He gave it tonight. I'm telling you what, man. Tonight, Chase Young was coming for blood. It was a revenge game for Chase Young. Preseason or not, Chase Young was coming for blood. That's what it was. Woo! My man, Sharia, says, should have drafted a right tackle instead of Pearsall. I agree. I think Pearsall could be a great player, but at the time, I think the bigger need was right tackle. But then people say, and Kyle said, the guy they had on the board just wasn't as high as they felt on Pearsall. Like, they ranked their draft board. I get it. I understand how they do it, but I agree. I think the bigger need was right tackle. Whether you feel like it's a reach or not, you need to solidify that spot, or another left tackle, just a tackle in general. Because at some point, Trent Williams is not going to be there for this team. He's going to retire it someday, and it's going to be a painful day when he does, because we're seeing what this offensive line looks like without him, and it is not a good sight. So Ian Sharp says at least Pooney was a good pick. I love what I see out of Pooney so far. He really looks impressive. I will say that. Dominic Pooney, he looks like a dog so far, 2 games. I'm impressed. So, my man Throwback says Tyler Guyton from the Cowboys looks better than Colton McKivitz already. A lot of guys look better than Colton McKivitz. But hey, you know what? It's his second year as a starter. Hopefully he gets better. Jesus says D. Winters, he did not play today. He had a knee bruise, so he was held out of the game. He had a knee bruise in practice. I like what I've seen last game, but it is what it is. He didn't play today because he had a knee bruise. So Jalen Graham today stepped in his place. Whew, what a game, man. I'm just happy that we won. I'm telling you, it was a little bleak in that first half. I was like, ugh. And then when Dobbs took over in that second half, man, or the second quarter, he was gunning. I love what I saw out of Josh Dobbs tonight. How about them backup QBs, though, goated? Josh Dobbs, QB2. Right now, I got him locked in at QB2. Brandon Allen, I mean, not horrible, but tonight he didn't look as sharp as Dobbs. And Dobbs, 2 weeks in a row, this man makes a play to score a touchdown. Like, he is making sure he is scoring a touchdown. Both games, this guy has a knack for the end zone. You got to love what you're seeing out of Josh Dobbs. And then you got Tanner Mordecai. I know he played against the third stringers and the backups. Tanner Mordecai, low-key nice, but he's not going to make this roster. He's not going to make it. He'll make it to practice squad, but they could develop this young man. I like what I see out of Tanner Mordecai. He's not horrible yet. I think he's developing good. But Brandon Allen's still QB3 no matter what. But I'll tell you what, Josh Dobbs tonight solidified QB2 role in my eyes. That's what I think. We'll see how it goes, though. And Brock said he's a baller. Brock was really high. He had a lot of high praise for Josh Dobbs tonight in his presser. It says, just look at this comment. It says, Sati says, just look at what our boy Harbaugh did. He had Slater and he drafts Joe Alt, and now the Chargers are going to have 2 All-Pro tags. Hey, absolutely. You got to win in the trenches, especially if you're a running team. We know Harbaugh is a run-first guy. He's going to run that ball down people's throat, run the rock, pound the rock. If you get 2 good offensive line, 2 stars, all pros, that's a great strategy. The Niners, I wish they did that. Absolutely agree, Sati. Defensive line depth concerning. Low-key, yeah. I mean, they're falling like flies, right? Kalia Davis went down, last week. He's down. Drake Jackson's down. I like Leonard Floyd, Nick Bosa. They didn't play today, thank God, because we don't want them to get hurt. I like Hargrave. I think they got a good, solid core of stars on there, but how's everybody else going to look? Robert Beal, Alex Barrett. Who's going to make this roster? Jordan Elliott, Malik Collins don't make it, but, how good are they going to be? Can they stay healthy? I still think they need to get some more depth on the D-line, but overall, it's a good group, but we haven't seen what Malik Collins and Jordan Elliott can really do on this team. I think they're going to be good signings because they'll be healthy and they can produce. Because that was the thing last year. Arik Armstead missed pretty much the season because he had the plantar fasciitis, the knee issue. So we were throwing people in there to fill his void. So I think D-line will be better this year, but I do question the depth because they do have some depth issues. So let's see. Matt Breida tweeting out there today. Matt Breida looked good today, actually. Matt Breida was nice. So I like him. The Niners running back group right now is banged up. Matt Breida's probably going to make this roster. He could. If he has another big game next week, he knows the system, he knows the team, he might make it because Jordan Mason apparently was banged up today, didn't play. I don't know. Or he didn't play. I don't know if he was banged up or not. I know I saw earlier. It was kind of weird because I was at the game, so sometimes I didn't see all the. Let me see. Did he? Hold up. Let me look it up. I don't remember if he was. I know he didn't play. Oh, minor injury. Okay, so yeah, Jordan Mason won't play. This was from Eric Branch tonight due to a minor injury. Hip soreness. Okay, so Kyle Shanahan said that Jordan Mason did not play due to hip soreness. Okay, so Cody Schrader, he got to play. Matt Breida, Keyshawn Vaughn will be they were the running backs. Keyshawn Vaughn, he's not making this roster, but he might make practice squad. Cody Schrader's got a chance to make this roster because of the injuries. I think Jordan Mason will be healthy enough when the season starts. Hip soreness should be good to go. We all know Elijah Mitchell's been dealing with injuries, so we'll see. And Matt Breida, he ran good tonight. So, and we got, of course, CMC, who has the calf injury, but he'll be ready when the season starts. Niners running backs are a little banged up. So it's going to be interesting. This Friday's game is going to be big for making this roster. So we'll see. Yeah, Mitchell been injured. Showboat said Purdy looked like ish. Not going to lie. I mean, yeah, but I feel like the reason Purdy struggled tonight, if you want to call it struggling, I'm not even worried about what Brock did or not did tonight. This is the thing. The offensive line tonight was bad. It was cheeks, buns, whatever you want to call it. The offensive line tonight, Showboat, starting offensive line, they threw Brock Purdy to the wolves, man. I mean, he had nothing to work with. Come on, man. And then all his players weren't there. Like you had Ronnie Bell, who was dropping everything. Ronnie Bell did not do himself a good job tonight. You had Trent Taylor, who was looking bad. Like, you know what, Trent Taylor, I thought he was going to make the roster because you're best friends with George Kittle. No, you can't play that card. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sati says, as frustrating as the line is, I think John actually did a good job finally getting an edge rusher opposite Bosa. Oh, bro. Leonard Floyd, I am so excited for Leonard Floyd. I think it's going to be really good. I'm definitely hyped up. I think Leonard Floyd's going to be the best guy on the opposite side of Bosa they've had under, this regime with Bosa. So I think he'll be really good. I'm excited for Leonard Floyd, but, he's the guy that's been very consistent over his career, and he's been very healthy. Knock on wood that it stays that way. Those two guys should wreck shop. So we'll see, though. It's going to be a very, very, very interesting season this year. We got some dogs. My man Jacob Cowing, the 49ers throwback, just tagged me on Twitter. He says Jacob Cowing on his big play today, 38-yard catch, and his potential to be a deep threat. He says, that's what I've been doing for a long time now, being able to display my speed a little bit and also my route ability. Jacob Cowing, baby.
Have a completion.
Let's hear what he says.
Pump and go. Do you feel your skill set? I know you're so quick and burst off the line. You feel that kind of route really complements your skill set?
I believe so. I would like to say so. That's what I've been doing for a long time now. Being able to display my speed a little bit and also my route ability. So
Jacob Cowing, he said he got the routes and the speed. He got the routes and the speed. I like what I've seen out of Jacob Cowing. He was nice tonight. Really good first game for Jacob Cowing. He didn't play last week because of the hamstring issue, but tonight, man, he was an absolute dog. Ian Sharp says Schrader and Mordecai practice squad. Most likely they'll make a practice squad overall. But, injuries to the running back room could push Schrader. But this is the thing I think about Schrader. I really think he's a good running back. And if you cut him or waive him, somebody's going to pick up Schrader. So I feel like that's a tough one because I don't think the Niners want to cut him because they know somebody will snag him up. He hasn't had, huge games in the preseason, but you can see the talent is there. I don't know, man. I just hope that Schrader can survive that waiver if they do, in fact, waive him so he can make the team. I don't want him to get claimed up on waivers. That's what I'm saying. So, my man Mario says I have a feeling it's going to be a long season. I think it's going to be a great season. Again, it's just preseason. The Niners never show their hand in preseason. The Niners don't always go full bore in preseason. Right now, they're banged up. But I think once the dust settles, the season starts, they'll be good to go. One thing you got to keep in mind, Kyle Shanahan's not calling plays. Whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, Kyle Shanahan's not calling plays. He let Clay Kubiak call plays. And the cool thing, and they showed this on the broadcast tonight. I went back and I checked. I saw the highlight. NFL posted this. So Kubiak was coaching up against his brother, who's in the Saints. So they coached up called plays against each other. That's a pretty cool story. Hey, and I don't think Kyle. He said that's not the reason why, but I mean the fact that he let Kubiak call the plays and his brother was calling on the other side. That's a cool thing. But that's what my whole point is. Kyle Shanahan's not calling plays, so that's another aspect of right now it's preseason. So I think they'll be good. I think they'll be good. The Niners got to get healthy, man. That is the key. They have to get healthy. Big, big, big key is to stay healthy. But right now it's not looking so hot in the health department. But, that's why you got to get through preseason, get as many players, sign some guys, get bodies on the roster so you can go through the preseason with 90 guys so you can cut it down to 53. And the 53 should be your best guys, and they're healthy. That's what we want. So, Throwback says, for what it's worth, Kyle Shanahan said wide receiver Brandon Ayuk was at the game. He sat in the skybox with some of the players who on injured reserve. I saw that tweet. I think Lombardi and Nick Wagner tweeted that tonight. And I was listening to the press conference on my way back to home, and I caught that. But it's interesting. They didn't show Brandon Ayuk tonight. The videos didn't pan to him. NFL didn't get a camera in there unless he was deep in the trenches in the skybox. I would have loved to have seen it, but I'm sure Kyle and them said, hey, don't show Brandon Ayuk. So we'll see. Showboat says, are the starters playing next week? Right now, Kyle Shanahan said that Brock Purdy's starting on Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more starters playing. But again, I also wouldn't be surprised if they don't play, because the Niners need to get through this preseason without a major injury They got one more game to do that. We'll see how it goes. Now, I just don't like the fact of Brock Purdy out there behind the offensive line is not starting. I mean, obviously, you got Trent Williams, who's not going to be there. Aaron Banks is injured. So you're kind of having to play against the patchwork O-line. But I just hope everybody's healthy and ready by week 1. Because Brock Purdy, man, he was running for his life tonight. That's all. Yeah, it was bad. My man says, it was, the O-line was awful when Grant Cohn wasn't blaming Purdy. You can't blame Purdy tonight. You cannot blame Purdy tonight. They had no time. California man says, hopefully Isaac Guerrero will play Friday at the Raiders. I don't think he will because he's dealing with a hamstring injury. He's been kind of banged up for a couple of weeks, unfortunately. So my guess, this is just an assumption, I think Isaac Guerrero will start the season on like PUP or injured reserve. It's going to be like a redshirt season for him. So Jason Salinas says, we're working security at the game. The fans are ready. Yeah, it was insane. Actually, tonight for a preseason game, it was insane. I'll tell you what, man. It was actually insane that the amount of people that were there for a preseason game. This can be a wild, going to games this year is going to be a hell of a vibe because Niner fans are ready. They're starving for football. You could tell, dude, on the way back, I took the VTA tonight. I was like cramped. I felt like I was a sardine in a can. I was like a crushed sardine in a tin can. It was like, oh my God. It was crazy. There were so many fans there. It was a good turnout. It was a vibe tonight. Levi's felt great tonight. So Correndo's supposed to be back at practice. He hasn't practiced in weeks. We'll see how he feels if he does return to practice. My guess is he ain't playing. Just they might get him in there to see how he feels, but I would not be surprised if he doesn't play on Friday, and we'll see how it goes. So, my man, oh man, look at this. Every time we discuss the O-line struggles, can't help to think back when we didn't draft Tristan Wirfs. Don't remind me about that. I wanted Tristan Wirfs bad, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know who we did draft in that draft? We drafted Brandon Ayuk. And hopefully this week we get a resolution to the situation. I just want them to pay Brandon Ayuk, man. The Niners need that. They need that jolt of energy. Get Brandon Ayuk in there. But we'll find out how this week goes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys for tuning in. A fun time, preseason game. We're going to wrap this up. Keep it short, Great game. I felt Josh Dobbs stole the QB2 role tonight. He was dealing. Josh Dobbs. Jacob Cowing, man. Welcome to the NFL. He had a great game tonight. Love what I saw out of Jacob Cowing. The rookie defensive backs are really solid. The young linebackers, Jalen Graham was good. Tatum Bethune, unbelievable player. Renardo Green, dog. Jair Brown, he's going to be a star. Who else did we leave out? Darrell Luter Jr., really like what I saw out of him. Harvin, the backup punter, he's coming for that job, Mitchie. Coming for that job, boy. I'm telling you, that punter was nice. Yeah, good stuff all around. Who else? Who else was shining tonight? We said Jacob Cowing. We said my man Josh Dobbs, Pasternak. Who did I leave out? Renardo Green, dog. Good stuff tonight. Really good game. Loved what I saw. It was a win. It's a win. A win's a win. Curtis Robinson. Thank you, media. He did look good tonight. This guy. Linebackers are flat out great, man. Tatum Bethune, Curtis Robinson, Jalen Graham. I'm telling you what, man. His team, it's great. It's going to be a fun time. Salvador says, did anyone ask Kyle why he lied about the starters playing drive or two? Wanted to see what he see. They didn't. I wish he would have. I wish they would have asked, though. That's funny. Because I literally, when I saw the update, I'm sitting there at the game going, oh, where's the starters? And I see Debo wearing street clothes. I'm like, come on. And then I see George Kittle comes out wearing street clothes, and I'm like, and then, of course, they tweet out, no starters are playing except Brock Purdy. I was like, you really lied to sell tickets. They lied to sell tickets. I'm not gonna hate it. I don't hate it. I get it. You got a business. You lie to sell tickets, though. Anyways, I love you guys. Have a good rest of your night. Go Niners. Tomorrow's Victory Monday. It might be preseason, but it's a Victory Monday nonetheless. We still celebrate. You guys have a blessed rest of your night. Take care. Have a good weekend. I love you guys. Go Niners. Friday, quick turnaround. Friday night, we have a game against the Las Vegas Raiders. You guys have a beautiful night. I love you. Bang, bang. Niner gang. My man S. the Young says, Wishnowski having nightmares tonight. You're going to have nightmares of Harvin. That guy's a dog.